In this lecture, we'll be discussing about class variables and object variables. Till now, whatever examples we have covered in our class section, all were referring to object variables. For instance, object variables are those which are initialized when we are creating an object. Over here, you can see we are creating an instance of the student class and then assigning these variables certain values like name, John, address, USA. So all these variables that we have are object variables because they will vary based on the object that we have. For instance, I can go ahead and create another student object, let's say student2, and here I can just go ahead, copy this and paste it over here, and then you can change it to, let's say, Matt. Now student2 will have the name attribute as Matt and student will have the name attribute as John. So these are all object variables. Here's a typo, we need to remove this equal to, and let's save this now and run it, and there you can see it says the student name is John and Matt. The address was obviously same. Now if I have to create a class variable, all I need to do is go inside the class definition, and here I can create, let's say, a mutable list. So I'll say list item is equal to, and here I'll say a number, let's say 1 2 3. So this that we have over here is a mutable list, and if I just copy this variable and save this here, go down and try accessing this based on the object, let's see what happens. So I'll say student dot and then this variable, and here we'll access the first item and we'll try to update it to, let's say, 5. And next what we need to do is access the same list item over here. So if I say print and then this line over here. So in object variables we notice that the objects were different, so the values were different as well. But over here, when we are accessing the class level variables, you'll notice that when we are trying to update it using an instance of a class, the same value is updated when we are accessing it from another instance or object. So let's print it now. So here you can see 523 gets printed, and you'll notice that we were setting it using the student instance and we were printing it using the student2 instance. So that is how class level variables and object level variables interact in Python. There's a convention which one should follow. For instance, whenever you're trying to define an object level variable or a private variable per se, it's conventional that you make use of an underscore so that you do not initialize it from the main function. So every time you need to do that, use a constructor and then go ahead and assign it. So that's a convention which should be followed, and in this example I was not doing that, but here I just mentioned it so that you can take care of it in future. So that was all about object variables and class variables in Python.